Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you work on Excel and want to level up your Excel skills, you are in the right place. Today I am going to share you 5 Excel tricks that gonna save you a lot of time and make you a pro in using Excel. So let's start. First of all, we have this large data set which is totally messed up. Now if you want to clean this, so when you clean it manually, it takes a lot of time. So we're gonna clean it by pressing Ctrl A to select the whole data set and then type Alt HOI to autofit each column and then Alt HOA to autofit row and then pressing Ctrl T to format it as a table and then OK. Now you can see our messy data has now converted into a proper clean table. Moving on to the next example, we have two columns. First one is the first name and the second is the last name of persons. Now, if we want to combine these two names, we have two different formulas. So, first we have equals to concat, comma, and the text one is this one, comma, and text 2 is this 2. So, when you enter, you see that these two names are now merged. But you can see there is no space between these two names. So going back to the formula by pressing F2, we can add another text, comma, and then space in between like this and then enter. Now we have these two names combined with properly spaced. So we simply drag it toward downs to get the whole result. We can do this same task without using any formula. You just need to type equals to this cell and inverted comma, space, inverted comma, and this cell and press enter. Now you can see that we have the same result as the previous one without using any formula. We can easily drag down. Now if we want to separate the first and last name in two separate columns with these data set, we can do this by manually typing the first name and one more. And when you type one or two words manually, you just need to press Ctrl E to flash fill. This feature is called the flash fill, and you can see we have all the first name from this column. Same here for the last name. You just need to type first or second name manually. And then press Ctrl E to automate. Now you can see we have first and last name separately. Moving on to the next example where we have the sales of 4 different products in 4 different regions. Now if we want to hide these cells, this one, so we go here and press shift space to select the whole row and then shift down to select all of these 4 products. Now simply press Alt, Shift and right arrow to make a group of them. So you can now easily close and open from here. Same for the west region, press shift space to select the whole row and then shift down and alt shift right to add a group button. Now go again for the north region, shift space, shift down arrow, alt shift right. And for the south region, shift space, shift down, alt shift right. Now we have the sales of each region separately. If you want to remove this group icon, you can simply select the whole row by pressing shift space and then shift down and press alt shift left arrow to eliminate this group. Same here for this one. Press shift space to select the whole row, shift down and Alt Shift left to remove this group icon. Same for this one, Shift space down, Alt Shift left. And for this one, Shift space, Shift down, Alt Shift left. Moving on to the next one with the same data set. If we want to total these numbers, normally people use some formula which is equals to sum and select the whole range and enter. So this is one way of totaling these number. So easily make total of them by pressing Alt equals and enter. You can see we get the total of this number in just one click. I'm gonna show you again. Alt equal and enter. And then double click here to drag it down. Moving on the last one where we have the trend line. If you want to see the trends of this number, that how are these numbers growing, so we can easily press Alt N SL and the data range is this one behind the total and enter. You can see now we have a line which shows the trend of these numbers, that how they are growing and decreasing over the period. Now we just easily drag this down to get the trend lines for each row. So if you really like this video, go on and give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe this channel.